welcome to this tutorial in which I'm gonna be teaching you guys how you can make this awesome looking infection into your level. You're gonna integrate this into your level, so make sure you focus so that you can understand exactly what's going on. We're making a platformer level from beginning to end, so make sure you watch until the end. And yeah, so now you guys can see the style is slowly coming to life, but I wanna add some infected things because that's the main level, that's how it's going to be called. And we're going to add infections, and we're going to do that by adding this, making it go to all directions, making it real big, adding a bit of friction, and then making them go like that. We're going to make it real big. I'm talking like real big, like so. Yeah. Okay, so that looks nice. You guys can see that now it's kind of like infecting itself, you can say. So we're gonna make it quick start, and that is the base of how we're gonna start. So you can play around with these values to come up with this clean looking thing, and that is gonna be our main hazard that is gonna be inside this level, and it's gonna be dripping, so it's gonna look cool. So this is not gonna be additive for sure. We're gonna make it use the object color, and we're gonna give it two same colors, and this is not what I want. I want to go here, and we're gonna make it, let's say, red. Wow, this looks pretty nice. If you do that, let's make it green. Green I think is gonna look cool because green kind of infected, you can say. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this a bit smaller, just so I don't want you to be able to see that it's spawning. I just want them to be super smooth. So increasing the size definitely helps, and I'm gonna make them go real back. So yeah, I want it to be like bubbles, you can say. So green bubbles, and this is where the infection is gonna be. It's like some kind of a dungeon with infections on it. So this is how it's going to be. This one's going to be smaller, that one is going to be smaller, and the corner is going to be a bit bigger. So that's how it's going to look like. It looks terrible right now, and the reason being is, how about we change the texture? Changing the texture doesn't really help. So we're going to have to add our own stuff, because this currently looks really bad. Especially green on purple. If you don't do it correctly, it's going to look terrible. We're going to use green. That's going to be the main thing. And behind it, we're going to copy and paste it and make it on like B1, I think. And we're going to make that black. So now you have this sort of infection, you can say, that currently doesn't even look that good. But we're gonna make it clean. We're going to make it real good. So can you jump this though? Let me see. So I really don't need this anymore. So I'm gonna just move them up, and let's see. So this doesn't look good. I also don't like the fact that you're still seeing a lot of the greenish stuff, and also maybe changing the color could help a lot. So we're gonna play around with this a bit, make sure that it never goes beyond its size. And we're gonna change the saturation to plus, just to make it a bit more, you know, a bit more variance to it. So we're gonna go and we're gonna select the glow. We're gonna select that which is 4, and we're gonna do this. And then, okay, I kind of feel like the reason why green is looking bad is because it doesn't have an outline. We need all of this. We're going to copy it, and we're going to bring it down by 1. We're going to decrease this, and we're going to make it fully black. And we're going to see how that's going to look like. Yeah, so that's the problem with the particles. You can never have the same seed, which is not that great. But we're gonna still give it a try until it looks clean. So we're going to use this as our color, and then we're going to add like a little shadow below it. That's too much, so we're gonna give it a new color, and then we're gonna bring this down until it reaches what we are looking for. Then we're gonna copy and paste it, put it right there, and this one might actually be better if it's white or more greenish. This is so bad looking. Okay, you know what? The idea is good, but the execution is just not it, bro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make these custom, which is going to be a bit hard, but I think it's going to be fine because this level really is not that long. Thing is, I don't want it to be a fire or something like that. I want it to be something like an alien thing, you can say. I might be able to use these, and I want some kind of something that's just going to come from below. Not sure what it's going to be. Oh, I got a good idea. So if we do this, then we do this, then we do this, then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do it up, then we do this, and then we do what else do we want to do? So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna make it lower, we're gonna make it higher, and we're gonna make it one more higher. So now what we're gonna do is, actually that's a bit too much curve, so we're gonna lessen the curve like so. And now we're just going to use this as our thing right here. And you guys can see that we just need to adjust this to make it perfectly fit. So we're going to make it minus 67. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make them rotate again. And now by just copying and pasting this, we have a clean looking thing. And this is how it looks. And now we just need to fill it in. We're going to use this triangle right here to optimize the objects. And yeah, that looks pretty nice. We need to make it really spiky because that's how the structure is, like so. Okay, so this is much better. Also the particles, we cannot forget to make them know this. Use object color. Then we're going to select everything. And we're going to give them the same greenish color. Actually, I don't know which one it is, so I'm just going to give it 42 and 42. This one's not going to be blending though. It's just going to be pure green. So exactly like that, and on top of everything. So this looks pretty nice. And what's even cooler is that now you can add an extra particle, and you can just make it drip using this on 45, small, and then you can do like one with a crazy respawn. You can make it max, and you can make it infinite. You can bring all these guys down, and you can just bring up the speed. And this one perhaps 90 should look pretty clean. Okay, that's not really it. So minus 45 perhaps. Yep. Okay, so now we have a dripping thing, which we're gonna add right here. And of course this is gonna be green. And yeah, now we have a pretty clean looking thing. We can play around with the max particles that you want to have. Also with this, perhaps with the speed even. You can just see now it is dripping. And now what I'm gonna do is, the reason why I made these particles is so that they can just have some kind of fun shape that rotates, perhaps like so, or like this even. That's gonna look a bit wild. Yep, it is. Let's do something like, no, I think we're gonna go we're gonna go back to the circle. Yeah, circle it is. Now what you can do is you can just stretch these guys. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna select this, and then we're gonna do that. And there's a small little secret right there. Okay, so this goes back here, and that is an infection. But it's not a finished infection, because now we still need to add, how is that gonna be? If we just do this, then we make it 31, and we add it right there. Okay, so now we have added a little bit of a shadow right there, and everything is looking pretty nice so far, at least. And we're gonna add this. We're gonna make it into here, and this is gonna be a bit hard to set up, but I think I got it. So I'm just gonna make it so like that. I'm gonna make it perfectly fitting right here. And then we can't forget that this has to be up like so. And now we can just copy and paste it, put it right here, and copy and paste it and just put it right there, just to fill in these little gaps. Okay, so now we're gonna give these guys a new color, because I don't think that's enough. So 39, Mr. 39, you guys are gonna get 43 now. And so you guys better be happy now. You guys better be screaming of happiness. Okay, so this is not bad. We have an infection, but it's still not, it's not perfect. So we're gonna keep spicing it up until it is. Because if this doesn't work, then I might just give up, bro. So here goes another dripping thing, and that looks nice. We're gonna disable delayed loop, and now it kind of drips more often. I'm gonna make these guys smaller, like so. Why did it paste the, oh my god, why did it paste the, oh my goodness. I'm not gonna do that shit. I am not doing the dripping things, bro. Okay, just pasted. That's kind of a good idea to have the P right in front of the OK. Mr. Rob. Also, these buttons, like I don't think I've used them more than once in my life. What the heck? Where are the other particles, bro? What is wrong? Somebody is overtaking my game, bro. What the heck? I just want to get rid of this. Okay, nice. Also, what the heck is going on? Okay, this infection thing is truly infected, bro. I'm gonna get rid of the particles, and we're gonna do something a lot cleaner. Check this out. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Then we're gonna add a corner, which is it should be from here. Is there a corner? There is no corner. I just need a corner. Okay, whatever. We need this. So here. We're just gonna do the exact same thing that we did, which is that, and then make it real down. So, okay, that looks nice. We're gonna do the exact same thing up here, and by just adjusting the size, it should look nice. Okay, it's much cleaner. And okay, this is just, when you flip it, it just doesn't really then. Okay, whatever. The game is pretty cool, so that's all that matters. So we're gonna copy these. We're gonna give them green. Instead of having particles that really didn't make that much sense, we're just gonna do this. I think that's much cleaner. Reason being is, well, we don't need this anymore. First of all, and second of all, what the heck is any of this? So we're gonna add a triangle here and a smaller triangle right there. And there we go. It is dripping like crazy. And these guys should be a bit more... God, and this thing, Rob, like these. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna make them right here. So that it's literally the drippiest thing in the world. Like so. That's everything but straight. Which is just not it, bruh. So, okay. Now we're talking. So all of this crack and go away. All of you guys do not belong here. And 43, we're gonna make it on T1. All of these guys are gonna be here. And now by making it bigger, and yeah, I think that's a much better one than the one that we had previously. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to get rid of these guys first of all. Second of all, instead of having these, I'm gonna have those guys are gonna rotate randomly with a big size, and they're all gonna be super duper green. So that's how it's gonna feel like. They're gonna be green. You're gonna need uniform object color, and they're gonna go up, like up. We're talking up, like real up. And this one goes like so. A bit more particles, and yeah, that's nice. So we're gonna take this, and we're gonna add this one to it. And we're gonna copy and paste it right there. So now we have a section that is just for the green stuff, which currently doesn't look great, but we can make it look better in a bit. Just give me a few more seconds. So right here, how are we gonna make this look clean? Well, there is an object, which is this thing, I think. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna use it here. So we're gonna make it copy. Actually, I'm gonna make it on top. I'm gonna make it like almost white, so that it's like a saturated green and no disabled thing. So this is how it's gonna look like, and there's gonna be quite a few of this, just to give it a bit more detail. This thing right here should be flipped like so, and now you guys can see that it just brought it a bit more to life. And we could add more stuff like this and stuff, but I think this white stuff has added enough to it, like enough depth. And what else can we do? We can also make these copy and paste, move this a bit to the left, and copy and paste one more time. Now we just make it black, not black, but make it white, blending, and we're just gonna make this on top. And now we have a green looking thing. So is it better with or without? With, I think with has a bit more life to it. Am I right? And finally, we can't forget the green thing. Thank God we didn't forget this, because otherwise it just would not look clean. And I'm gonna make this green, dark green. Why is this blue? I have no idea, but we're gonna choose green. I'm talking. Okay, I'm just gonna make my own new color, which is gonna be green, blending like that. And we're gonna make it dark. Okay, so That is definitely everything but bad. That looks pretty nice. So this could be a bit darker. And now we have an infection, you can say. And we can like even add these guys here if you guys want to. You can add that. This is a small, yeah, I think this is, yeah, this brought so much to it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we're also gonna add more particles to it. That's all gonna be just like very big, you know, like low opacity sort of smoke is gonna come out of it with a very smooth movements, which is gonna be very low as well. So that's the green area, and we're gonna make it a bit faster. Not faster, it should just last longer. And go up faster. Yeah, a bit faster maybe. Sure. Okay, this looks a lot better now. And I'm gonna make it a little bit lower opacity, and that's a little bit too many particles, so we're gonna do that, and boom. This infection looks awesome. Oh my god, thank god I got it to work, otherwise I would have been really mad. So yeah, that's a cool infection, and that's not a cool why did I just land, bro? Okay, so this also is gonna have like a sound as well, but now the hardest part is that we're gonna have to put this pretty much everywhere. Or not everywhere, but you know, the sections where there's like infection. So in here perhaps, and also in here, because why not? In here we don't need any infections, but right here of course. So this does look a bit repetitive, so you can just play around with this. Also we can't have any of these guys, so that's why I said it was pretty hard to do, because you really have to just make sure that everything fits, but no problem. Because we got it to work, so we're gonna, and why is the entire infection? I think there's a lot missing, buddy. I think there's a lot of stuff missing, bro. So we're definitely gonna get rid of all of this. Where's the, oh, the particles are behind. That's why. Okay, so all of these and all of these go on to, which layer was it? Layer 19, I think. Oh, layer 19. Boom. So, okay, now we have an infection. Oh my god, I thought, what the heck is going on? That was not a cool looking infection. Okay, so we can't forget there's a coin down here, a blue coin, and we can have a bigger, nah, I don't want it to be, okay, that was way too big. What the heck just happened? Whatever, I'm gonna do this, and in here is gonna be a bit bigger. And we can't forget, actually we don't really need to do anything, because I think it kind of covers everything. Okay, cool. Oh no, did I? Oh, it's because I already removed it. That's why it looks clean. Okay, cool. That means we do have to remove them. And that's better, because the particles really just are not them. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. And yeah, that is pretty nice. So this is infected. We can change the color of the infection, but I'm gonna keep it like super duper green, like so. Okay, so now we're gonna also add like a corner infection. It's gonna be very similar. We can just like copy and paste most of the stuff. That thing is gonna be, we're gonna get rid of the glow first of all, not you, just the glow, please. Selection work, yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so this we don't need, and we're gonna get rid of the black stuff because we don't need it right now. And we're gonna do, it's gonna be like a literal corner, so something like this. And then this is the problem with the corners. It's like, what? How do you even fill them? I don't know, but we can just literally use anything at this point. It's gonna take a bit of objects, but it doesn't really matter because this level is pretty optimized so far. And I believe now we can just use a triangle right here, right there, and we can just skew it like so. That is pretty fitting. So now we have this. We're gonna make it a drip from right here, and we can do that by just, yeah, this actually looks very, very nice. So we can't forget about all of the features. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna just make it a bit bigger, like that. Also, fade in is also important, because otherwise it's not gonna look clean, and it's gonna last a bit longer with a bit more particles. This goes onto here, and this goes onto there if it's needed. Yeah, I think it's needed. Okay, so next up we have this, which we're gonna skew a bit. And why is it so white? It should not be that white. And yeah, I think now it's much cleaner. We're gonna add the smoke as well, just bigger area, and that should do the job. Okay, cool. So the white stuff as well, we need it. It just, you know, a bit more detail to it. So here here, and there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. So, is there anything that we have forgotten? I think we've only forgotten these guys, which are not going to be easy to do here. Actually, they are, so just like that, and that looks pretty nice. Okay, so all of you should be not that low, because this is a bit different. And that's also a bit too high, so something like that. And that's a clean looking thing. Oh my god, I'm so happy I actually got that to work. Otherwise, that would not have been that very cool. So we're gonna add it right here as well. And here, of course, we're gonna have to edit a lot of this stuff because we're not gonna be able to use these here. We're gonna make them go away. Yep, this doesn't really fit too well here, so I don't wanna overuse it too. So, oh, perhaps no, not here. Where does that fit again? It has to be a clean cut corner like this one. Okay, so right here. Yeah, that's this looks real good. So that's a corner. In here is another. Well, I'm not adding it in here just because it obviously doesn't fit there. Of course, that's why. Okay, I also remembered we actually have to change the door. So this is T3. So all of you guys are T3 no matter what. And all of you guys are T3 no matter what. And see, so just make a few infections and see how they look. So now we're going to make an infection that's going to be for the ceiling. And this one's going to be a bit different. Actually, it doesn't have to be. But we're going to make it anyway. Because we don't want this to be like too repetitive. Like we only made 2 and we're just going to use it everywhere. Nah, I think that's just a bit too lame. And RobTop you can see that you just copy past that everything. So we don't want to do that. We also want to have a clean level. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of these and I'm going to make them a bit smaller. I still want this drippy looking thing exactly like that. And why is there... Oh, there's the white stuff. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, cool. This one goes then right on there. And this kills you if you touch it, so you better be careful. So I'm not gonna place it there for sure. So it's still gonna have the white stuff on there. And this thing can go a bit smaller. I don't know why, but sometimes you do stuff and it just doesn't undo it. Like if you undo and then it just doesn't work. I don't know. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Okay, we got it. Okay, cool. So this time, this is gonna be a bit lower. And it's gonna be really green. I don't know why, but the other ones were not that green. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so this is gonna be the exact same, but it's just gonna be lowered and a bit smaller. And now they are, yeah, that's pretty nice. And it's gonna lead to some clean stuff right here. Also, we can't forget the fade in. Fade in is very important. How does it look like without the fade in here? Could be cleaner if we just add the fade in to them. Do not leave them alone without the fade in. So, okay, the smoke as well. Pretty casual stuff. And yeah, I think now we have another infection. But it does look a bit too repetitive. So what I'm gonna do is I really don't want to make this look repetitive. So I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna do something extremely simple by just having 2 almost that are just dripping both, and that should help us get rid of the repetitiveness, I would say. So we're gonna have to copy the area though, which is a green triangle. Exactly you. I'm talking to you. And this should go here and there. Oh my god, what did I do? No idea what this triangle does not fit in here. I'm gonna make it smaller, bring it up. And there's something that's standing in the way here. Oh, it's this one, whatever this is. No idea what that is, but how about we just copy and paste this to here. And we just fill in the last section. Oh my god, what the heck happened? I have no idea. Okay, it's not good making it a green infection, because if you select something, you just can't see anything. So we're gonna make this, and then we're gonna add it right here, and it's gonna be fully green. Green, please, green, not black. Okay, cool. And this is also gonna be there, but it's gonna be a lot smaller. Not that small. Oh my god, that selection is gonna drive me nuts. And this is here, and it's also smaller. Okay, now the particles. You particles, you're just bigger and a bit more. That's all you guys are. Okay, so now I would say we have created something successful, something that isn't too repetitive and looks clean, something that you can say I am happy with. So now it's dripping like crazy, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start adding this pretty much everywhere, buddy, because this is, I spent a lot of time on it, so definitely going onto a lot of spaces. So there is a problem here, and it's that, first of all, what the heck is this small triangle doing nothing? And second of all, I kind of want to split this into two different ones. Reason being is, first of all, let's just get rid of this. I think I want to have more variety, so you guys go away, you 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 go away, and you guys are a lot shorter with little particles, so that now that I have this, what I can do is make this, did that actually just not change, buddy? Whatever. So now I can add this to here or something, like placed like so, and it looks pretty decent. And all of this is also going to be here and also right there, because this area is kind of abandoned, you can say. And the reason why I made it also infected is because the name of the level is going to have the word infected in it, just so that there's a name for the level. Did I just copy and paste this whole thing without the glow? Oh my god, I actually did. Okay, now we're gonna have to manually add the glow to it. Whatever, I got this. So here, we also added it up here, and also here. Nice. So now how about we just copy and paste the normal one a bit more. So let's have one right here. Now there are soul blades there, so it doesn't really matter, but I do want to add one. So in here we can have a corner. In here we can have, we don't want to have this. Let's have an infection right here, and another one at the boss. Do I want to have one at the boss? Not this one. Perhaps one of these could look cool at the boss. So it's not going to be too close to the boss though, because I don't want it to interfere with you. This actually looks pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna leave this here. I'm gonna leave this right there as well, like so. This is so drippy, and this thing doesn't make any sense, so I'm gonna get rid of it or just place it somewhere else. Perhaps in, we're not adding stuff to here, so. Ooh, on top of it, doesn't look, we can also like flip it. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think this looks nice. So now the corner, who needs corner? Anybody looking for corners? Things with this, it just doesn't look that great, so I can't do that. There's a corner there already anyway, so we can't. Also, door doesn't have any infections. Oh, perhaps this thing is a perfect place to just infect it. Yeah. And is there another corner? Indeed, there is. And another corner, perhaps? No corners? No more corners, unfortunately. Okay, another corner right here, perhaps that's gonna, yeah, I think it's pretty nice. Okay, so this is the infected thing, and one last thing is we're gonna have to add spikes to them too. I see that this thing, the 43, just doesn't look good. Let me just get rid of all of these guys that are on, yeah. That's much better now. So we have created a beautiful infected theme, you can say. We're gonna add, what the heck is going on here? These guys we don't want, these guys we don't want, and there is the rock, which is nice. All right, and that's it for this episode. In the next episode, however, we're gonna be making lava. It's gonna be very cool. It's gonna add a lot of life to it. We're gonna add particles. It's gonna be phenomenal. So make sure you don't miss that. You can click here to watch it, and also click on the playlist here if you want to watch the full series, and I will see you guys over there. Don't forget to like and also to subscribe.